widely, and we will have time for press question and answer. But before that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Senator Murray for some opening remarks.
Well, thank you all for joining me today. And listen, I'm so proud to be a voice and a vote for Washington State here in the United States Senate. And I'm really grateful to the voters of our state for sending me back to Congress to keep fighting for them and their values for another 6 years. Today, here in the Senate, we swore in new senators, and I've participated in this many times before, but today's swearing in was a little bit different. I was sworn in today by the first woman Vice President of the United States, my friend, Vice President Kamala Harris. And as many of you know, today I am officially now serving as the Senate President Pro Tem, the first woman ever to hold this position. So I will preside over the Senate in the absence of the Vice President. I'll sign bills that we send to the President's desk. And this role puts me in the third in line in the presidential line of succession. It is a responsibility that I'm very honored to take on for my country and for Washington State. But I want to talk a little bit about why today my becoming the first woman President Pro Tem after being sworn in by the first woman Vice President really matters. I remember before I ran for the Senate watching Anita Hill speak before the Senate Judiciary Committee, questioned by all male senators because there was no women on the Senate Judiciary Committee. And all I could think to myself was, those are not the questions I would have asked. So watching those Anita Hill hearings was part of the reason I decided to run for the Senate, to make a difference for my country, to change Congress and America for the better. I hope that when young women now see me in this position, they see they can accomplish anything they set their minds to. I hope they see that they not only belong in Congress, but that their voices are needed here in Congress. We need their perspectives and their insight, and we need a Congress that looks like America. The year that I was first elected to the Senate, there were 3 other women elected with me, and there were 24 in the House. And that was enough for everybody to call it the year of the woman. Well, today we have more women serving in the Senate than when I first started. But you know what? We need more. We need more women in leadership roles and more women at the decision-making table. But today really is a sign of progress I have fought for a very long time. And I hope we continue to build on that progress. We need to make every year the year of the woman. And I do care deeply about the work we do here in Congress and how that work can help friends and neighbors that I grew up with and the constituents that I represent. And I really look forward to this opportunity to serve our country now as President Pro Tem. And I'm happy to take any questions from all of you on this historic.
All right, so now we'll jump into question and answer. So you'll see on your screen a reactions button, and if you can use the raise your hand function, we'll call on folks in the order they raise their hand. All right, and if you can just remember to let us know your name and your outlet before you ask your question. I see we have a question from Freddie, but Freddie, can you let us know your outlet?
Hi, yeah, Freddie Monades from KNKX Public Radio here in Seattle. Hi, Senator Murray. Thanks for holding this, and thanks for chatting with us. I was wondering, I was just kind of thinking about the work that you do in Congress, and how does this new role kind of affect the legislation that you'll propose? I guess is it, how do you split your time between the two now?
I do both. Obviously, I am the senator for the state of Washington. First and foremost, I get up every day and say, what can I do to help the people of Washington State? I will continue to do that in this role, and I will help make sure that the Senate continues to do the business that it needs to do. I see my role as a leader in the Senate is helping us to solve problems and find solutions to some of the biggest challenges that we face. So I will bring a Washington State perspective to that, and I think that's great for Washington State.
All right, I see that we have a question from Ryan Harris with Northwest News Radio. Ryan, you can go ahead and unmute.
Good morning, Senator, and congratulations on your new position. It's kind of an obvious question, but should the unthinkable happen, and it would be some extreme circumstances, are you prepared to be President of the United States?
I hope it is an unthinkable question, but on the off chance that that day happens, I'm doing everything I can to prepare myself, making sure that I know the issues of the day, both domestically and foreign, keeping up to speed, being briefed, and knowing what I would need to do should that day ever happen.
All right, so just a reminder, another call for any questions, please use the raise your hand function. I see a clapping from Devin Haskins. Devin, if you can just let us know your outlet and go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, that's me hitting the wrong emoji there.
You've only been doing it for a couple of years. You should have it by now.
So going off of that last question, with what's happening in the House right now with the vote that looks to have failed a second time, does that, and it's more just kind of a legal question, does that move you up to second in line until that?
Technically,
I
for
don't,
the moment.
that's what I'm wondering, if that's the case.
Technically, I assume that they will elect a speaker fairly soon, but if you ask me in this moment, at this moment, yes.
Thank you. It's just something as I was watching the vote, I had a question about.
All right, so just one other call for any questions that we have from folks here. And I see another question from Ryan Harris, and not seeing anyone else, we'll go to a second question from Ryan.
All right, thank you for that. Senator, a little bit off topic, but I've been trying to keep an eye on the Safe Banking Act, and I believe we were unable to get it through at the last minute. We're going to have a Republican House, but it's had big bipartisan support in the House. Are we going to take another shot at it this term?
Absolutely, Ryan. I am determined to get that done. We have too many people who are running legitimate businesses, who are cash only. It makes it dangerous for themselves, their employees, for the people who are there. This has to change, and I've not given up. I'm sorry that we could not get it done in the last Congress, but I will keep working till we get this done.
All right, one final call for any questions from the reporters on today's call. Just use the raise your hand function. All right, we got another one from KNKX, so we'll go to Freddie.
Might as well. Thank you. And I forgot to congratulate you the first time around. But just looking at your bio, you were first female senator from Washington, first female chair of Senate Veterans Affairs, and another first for you. I guess, what does it mean for you to be sort of in this position to kind of spearhead all these firsts?
Well, I never thought I would be in this position. I got involved in politics, as you may remember, because I had a male state legislator tell me I could not make a difference because I was just a mom in tennis shoes. And I took that challenge on, and here I am today, just being sworn in as President Pro Tem. And I hope that that sends a message to all young women that if they believe in something and they fight for it, and they're determined and they keep working hard, that they too can achieve their dreams, and they should never let anyone tell them they can't make a difference.
All right, so seeing no other questions, we'll go ahead and close out for today. As a reminder, today's press call was recorded. It will be distributed widely. Thank you everyone for joining. That concludes today's press call.
Thank you so much.